that beat, ho.
So loaded, so faded, niggas so turned, most hated. Lil' mama ain't nothing but trouble. Put your ass on strip, you bitch. Now I'm all in your bumper. Get off my bumper. Now I'm all in your bumper. Get off my bumper. I'm all in your bumper. Get off my bumper. Put your ass on strip, you bitch. Now I'm all in your bumper.
Okay, so I know your song. I was telling Chunk that I heard your song Bumper on the radio, and he shared it on his Facebook page, and I was like, oh, that song bang. Like, I was listening to that the other day and everything. So how did all of that happen, and how did you feel when you first heard it on the radio?
Well, I mean, I've been making records, and, Mustard, YG, just the entire, all the artists that you've been hearing, like, it's all the same time frame, so it's only
with the mixtapes,
with just with the music, period, and just like where we are as as artists and as people and age and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So like like I got records with all these dudes. So I mean, just and with that sound, like we've been making those type of records, and to hear for one of them or two of them to really be received by the people. It's always a blessing.
Yeah, DJ Mustard is like hot right now. He's killing it for the West Coast. Yeah. And a lot of people on the East Coast are loving it too, which I love. And speaking of East Coast and West Coast, I read your bio. You kind of grew up in both places, yeah? Yeah. Yeah. So how was that with you making your hip hop music? Did you like get some sounds from the East Coast, or are you more LA? How are you feeling?
Well, I make all different types of music. I mean, where I'm starting at right now, as far as with my sound is from here, from LA, from the West Coast. Mm-hmm. But I'm definitely gonna take it in every realm. Okay, that's already coming up.
So has the East Coast been feeling you, or what's been the response?
Yeah, I mean, I've always got love from everybody. I mean, I show love to everybody. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody got their haters, Everybody got,
What have the haters been saying?
I mean, they say a lot of things, Everything that you could think of that you think you wouldn't want to hear is funny until it feels bad until you actually hear it, and then it makes you laugh because it's funny. It's like that's what you had to say. Right. Come on, that was oh, look at his skinny jeans, or he's a fake ass Will Smith, or all the it's like, come on, man.
Like that's what you had to come with.
Like it's funny. It's real funny because but the girls have always been receptive.
Of course.
They've always,
Of course, you got your what? What are those? Do you have like hazel eyes or something? It's like, the girls, they good with me though.
Nah, I don't think they hazel. I mean,
they're a little lighter. But so your music, you have Bumper, you have Chevy. And you're a hip hop artist, but I read in your bio too, that your father didn't like hip hop. He said it's unintelligent, and he kind of like banned you from listening to it.
Yeah, my dad. My dad is an educator, and he didn't really like. He thought that hip hop was just a fad, and it was something that was gonna be there for right then at that moment, and then be gone. And then he just felt, it was vulgar. And a lot of the music he felt was derived from music of his time. I could mentally I could see why he didn't like hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, like that's the way it goes. Like the dudes putting out music right now. Like there's dudes who think everybody likes Soulja Boy and Chief Keef and everybody like that. They think they're garbage, you know what I'm saying? But like I like it, my homeboys like it. I know some girls that like it, but dudes who's listening to music in the 90s and stuff, they think it's trash.
Right. Because they're comparing like old school hip hop to the new school hip hop.
I'm sure a couple of real strict parents don't let their kids listen to a couple of Chief Keef songs. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's that shit they don't like.
So like when it comes down to it, but no, my dad didn't like me to participate in it or whatever.
So how does he feel about it now, with you being a hip hop artist?
Well, my dad, he's a stubborn person. But at the same time, he respect certain things.
You're his son.
Yeah, and then like certain people, like hip hop itself, he's learned to accept it and respect it, you know, for what it is, and he also sees certain things. There's certain hip hop artists that he likes. I know he got a couple of CDs. I done caught him. I done caught him with a couple of rap CDs. You know? And then my dad is a lover of music, so anytime a genre starts producing music that is quality music within the span of what American music is, then, you know, those who've been listening to it over time will start to respect it. So it was inevitable.
So he likes your hip hop though, right?
Yeah, he likes.
Like he better. Yeah, you better like one. So who is your favorite hip hop artist? Do you have a favorite, or your musical influences?
My favorite. Well, I'm influenced by a lot of artists. Like
I saw on the list you have Sade and Anita Baker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I had to listen to something when my daddy was not letting me listen to rap.
Right.
So I had to listen to something. So, yeah, Marvin Gaye, Anita, you know, like Whitney.
And hip hop artists.
But see, like the thing about it is, like I've always been a fan of like obscure artists rather than the mainstream artists.
Okay.
In all genres.
Oh, okay.
But like rap, I mean.
Like who's in your CD player right now? Anyone?
Well, who's on my playlist? I don't know about a CD player.
I need to stop asking that one because someone else said that. What a CD player?
I don't know what that is. All right.
Well, excuse me. I still have a CD player in my car.
I got a CD player too. It don't work though. Like in my computer, it just don't work.
All right, so I'm too old school. Okay. Or your iPod then.
Man, I listen to a lot of trap music.
Oh, okay.
And I listen to a lot of old music. Pretty much old music and trap music.
Okay.
Like I listen to like Lil Durk and Young Thug.
Okay.
And like King Louis and shit like that, like Bibby and yeah. And then I listen. I mean, and then whatever's new, I like it if I haven't heard it before. Like after, especially with music now, it's like after I hear it.
I was about to say, how do you feel about the music now?
It's like using the condom. It's like
it's used and done.
You gotta get a new one now. Like if you go do the do again, you're gonna need another condom. So that's the way I feel about it. It's like even if I like it, it's a lot of music out right now, so I want to listen to it as much as I possibly can.
Right.
So you know, time is valuable.
So do you feel like a lot of songs right now are not classics, or how do you feel about it?
I mean,
I'm talking about hip hop right now.
I feel like only time will tell that. But I mean, yeah, it's just I think it's not a lack of classics. I think it's just so much saturation. It's so many different artists. It just seems like there's less classics than before. But we wasn't able to listen to that many rappers and hip hop artists back in the day. Like,
right.
As early as 2005.
Yeah.
Was getting force fed 20 different niggas that, you know, like it was kind of corny. Like I didn't really like too much of what was going on during it, and that doesn't discredit any of those artists. It was just like I'm feeling like I'm being forced to listen to it.
Yeah.
Like even the way radio was set up, I'm being forced to listen to these dudes, and there were no other alternatives.
Right. Right.
So like it goes both ways, but yeah, I think there could be a couple classics. I mean, a couple to do. I mean. What people's idea of classic, like in '95 may not be like that in 2015.
That's true, and it depends on the person and what they like to listen to and everything.
All right.
Yep. So let's talk more about your music. You're doing a video shoot right now. Talk to me about that.
Yeah. Now we did this video. We shot the video called Whatever Now with my boy Eric Bellinger. And
how was that? How was it working with him?
No, it was dope. It was just me, Eric, and a bunch of girls.
Oh. Of course, it was dope.
It's great.
Anything happened after the video shoot?
Nah, everybody went home. Everybody said bye and went home.
Any crazy stories yet? Any fan stories?
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of,
What?
What you
I mean, what's the craziest thing that a girl has done for your attention then? Not in general, because in general, I'm pretty sure girls are probably doing all kind of crazy things. But as you being this hip hop artist,
I mean, girls have done some crazy stuff, man.
Just a long list, huh?
Nah, like it's like regular, like it's not even crazy, like
it's not even crazy anymore.
Nothing that's mind blowing to you, like like a girl would sleep with my homeboy that tried to sleep with me, like, or like have sex with my homeboy, like while he's sitting right next to me, looking at me, like, like that's what girls. I mean, guys do crazier shit. Like, I mean, guys is the worst groupies on the planet.
Yeah.
Guys, they tend to get their ass whipped out here, like just because they such groupies, like doing just groupie shit.
Yeah.
Like, it'd be a nigga following you and shit. You have to put tips on him. Like, the females is different. It's like,
yeah,
like, it's abroad. Like, you expect that,
right? But the guys.
But guys, it's like, come on, bro. Mm-hmm. Like, and then that shit is sideways hate too. Like, it's a lot of mixed emotions involved with these niggas out here in these streets.
Yeah.
So I tend to stay away from it.
So what can we expect next from you? What are you working on?
Now, the deluxe edition of my tape, The Revenge of the Slappers, is coming out.
Okay.
And
what can we expect on that tape?
That got the records I got with Mustard. That got so there's Bumper on there, Chevy with Clyde Carson, Problem, E40. Mm-hmm. And then Collect Calls on there with Nipsey. Mm-hmm. I got a record, Rob My Connect, with Young Thug. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be coming out soon. Alley Boys on there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just bunch of new music. My boy J305.
Okay.
Dom Kennedy's boy, an OPM crew, and then it's a bunch of different artists on there, man. But it's West Coast shit. Like,
yeah, I was about to say I'm really proud of the West Coast right now. Yeah. Like, so many artists are coming up. We have YG and Problem, and the classic artists E40, Too Short, still putting it down and everything, and like. I'm really liking it because at first, especially with West Coast radio, we would hear a lot of East Coast artists, and I'm like, well, damn, we're in LA. Why can't we have any of our music on there? So I'm glad that they have local artists on the stations finally, and we can listen and be like, all right, I know this person, or okay, I remember when they were grinding and they had their mixtapes out, and now they're finally making it. You know what I mean? So
and that's just the beginning with a couple of legends, like, and there's a whole bunch of other artists too. But that's the thing, like, a lot of people be like, oh, it's like this crazy surge of West Coast music.
Yeah.
But like, there's always been a bunch of artists from the West putting out hit records. Yeah. Even dating back in the day.
Yeah.
So, like, I guess everybody's just calling it out more, and I guess maybe that's
we just hear a lot of it now. Like, for a minute we were getting, I mean, no disrespect or anything, but we would just get Wayne and Drake and Jay-Z, and they were spinning like Empire State of Mind, like we're in New York, and I'm like, yo, could y'all stop playing that? So we're not in New York, So, I mean, but that's why I'm saying it's good to hear some fresh hip hop, even though it's been underground for a minute too.
Yeah, that's when they was force feeding us them 10 artists. Like,
yeah,
make
exactly.
You not like them no more. Like, real talk, like. Now, I love what these guys do politically. Like, I think what Jay-Z does for hip-hop is there's no other artist who's been able to do it.
Yeah.
Same thing with guys like Diddy, and, like, these guys are doing crazy. Dr. Dre, $3 billion or something. It's not even worth, like, it's no point even talking about it. Like,
yeah.
So, like, I think what they do for hip-hop, like, as far as the essence of it and where their careers have evolved is, like, inspiring. Mm-hmm. But keep your ass off the mic. I want to hear that shit. But there is something about Jay-Z and Diddy rapping about money, man. Because no one can really do it like those guys. Because nobody really got it like those guys.
Yeah,
So it's appreciated.
All right, can we see you perform anywhere anytime soon? Where's your next show?
Yeah, I'm sure it's probably on my website. I don't.
You're busy, huh? You told me you had a show the other day. You popped your back because some girl was backing it up on you or something like that. What?
I don't know. I was jumping around or something. Man. I pulled a muscle in my back. The homies went to Vegas. I was at the house, man.
You're trying to recover. Is it good now?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good now.
How can the people keep in touch with you?
I am David Cash on Twitter.
Okay.
I am David Cash on Instagram. That's it.
Are you on Facebook or?
No, I'm
your
not
website?
on Facebook.
Okay, and your website, you mentioned that.
Yeah, newwestworld.com, newwestworld.com.
The New West World, and that's ran by. Is that ran by you or?
Yeah, me and my boy Bozo.
Oh, okay. So what are you guys doing for the New West World? It's all about West Coast.
But no, it's like Western Hemisphere. Like,
okay.
It's like all it's merchandise. T-shirts, hoodies,
Got it.
music.
Got it.
It's like a lifestyle move.
Okay, well, I cannot wait to see this video with you and Eric Bellinger, whatever now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I can't wait to hear more of your music. I'm Ashley Caprice. I'm here with David Cash. Thank you so much for stopping by Conversations with Caprice.
I'm just trying to cut tonight, I ain't tripping. I'm just trying to cut tonight, I ain't tripping. Bought these bottles trying to see if you with